I'm pleased to sit down here with Mathias Dieth and Udo Dirkschneider from U.D.O. You just released your second U.D.O. album, Mean Machine. And well, to start with a question you probably had many times before, Udo, and many people still wonder about this. Why did you leave Accept in the first place?
I heard this question many times before. I leave Accept, it was just musical-wise. And after the Balls to Wall album, this album Metal Hard and Russian Roulette, that was not my kind of music anymore, and I would like to be harder than this last two albums with Accept. And so then we sat down and said, okay, what can we do? And then said, okay, let's start doing two projects. I start my own, and they was looking for a new singer.
So you weren't satisfied with Metal Heart and Russian Roulette?
No, that was not. I was not really satisfied with this. Especially the last one was. I was not really into this album anymore.
What was it like leaving the band after so many years? I mean, are you guys still talking to each other?
Yeah, we are still good friends. Let's say we are. Now the relationship is much better than when I was in Accept. And so for me, at the moment, everything is positive. And I think they are very, very happy as well at the moment with their kind of music, what they're doing now.
Do you know anything about the status regarding the new Accept album, the first Accept album without you on vocals?
No, the album is out tomorrow in Germany. It's coming out in Germany tomorrow.
The rumors say that the next Accept album will sound more like Europe or Bon Jovi. I mean, is that true?
No. It's not. That's kind of. It's still rock music, but it's not Accept anymore. No. It's different. It's different. When you hear it, you then you understand what I mean.
You have released two brilliant albums with U.D.O., but when you left the band, did you feel like it was taking several steps backwards again?
Not that many, but of course it is a start from a lower point. But it's for me it's good. It's positive, so you don't get stuck. You have to work again very hard and fight to get on the same level that you was.
So when moving on from Accept to U.D.O., I mean, a part of your image was always wearing this military outfit, like camouflage trousers and stuff. Do you still continue doing that as a part of your image, or was that an image for Accept that you're dressing differently on stage now?
No. I think it's better for me to. So I don't go on stage like this anymore. So I think it's better for me to wear also different clothes on stage. You know, coming out in leather and jeans, very like street clothes, and I think it's also important to make a real cut between U.D.O. and Accept. I think this camouflage military look was the image with Accept, and now it's a totally new thing. And I think it's also important to change this as well.
Since the Animal House album till your new album Mean Machine, 3 members have left the band. Was this a tough start? What do you think, Mathias?
The main problem with this band was actually that we didn't have time to develop a band. You know, Udo left Accept and used Accept material to make a first album, and so he had musicians which never played together before and which didn't even know each other. So a band like Accept or the Scorpions or whoever had time, you know, over many years to develop themselves and to grow together But that was not possible in this band. We had to make the record, the Animal House record, and then had to go on tour, and it all had to go like bang, 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 one after another. And so we were not lucky enough that this lineup was consistable. So we had to make certain lineup changes. And Dieter, for example, the bass player that came after the Animal House album, couldn't work together with a drummer because it was a total different generation. He was one of the older guys, and the drummer was quite young. And so we changed him first. After the Warlocks, of course, I mean, they had to go because they didn't fit at all into this project personally, not musically, personally. And Andy, the other guitar player, he's an old friend of mine. We know each other for 10 years now, and we can work together. And then came Thomas, the bass player. We did a show with him in Finland last year. And the last change was the drummer, Stefan. He comes from Running Wild, a German band. And all the band is now on the same age, except Udo for sure. But we are all the same age. We all have the same ideas, and we fit personally together now. So this is the best line-up so far, and it works up to now. Very good.
On this tour, you are supporting Ozzy Osbourne. I mean, with Accept, you probably did mostly headlining shows. What is it like traveling around as a support act?
Well, it's not that bad. It's we have a lot of fun. So the whole thing with our crew and the band, it's like a family at the moment. It's a lot of fun, and it's not that bad. We got good. They help us a lot, but now with Ozzy, so we don't have any problems with sound. We have a lot of space on stage. Everything is fine. So it's not that bad to tour as a support band. And so far, we did 3 shows here in Scandinavia, 1 in Finland, 2 already in Sweden, and the reaction is very good, much better than I thought.
Will you be doing any headlining shows at all on this tour? I mean, when you have days off?
No, we do the whole European tour with Ozzy Osbourne. After that, we go to Japan, do headline shows there, and then we go to America, and as a support again, but it's not quite out which with the band we're going with.
There will obviously be a lot of Accept fans on your shows. Will you be playing any Accept material at all?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's one. We do Fast as a Shark from Restless and Wild. That's the only one.
You are obviously very busy supporting your new album, Mean Machine, but have you started thinking about your next and third album already?
Yeah, for sure. We are already collecting ideas, you know. When you're on tour, you can't really write songs. You can't really finish work on songs, but we started before we went on tour. We started to write songs at home. Andy had some ideas, I had some ideas, Udo as well, and we collect ideas. You know, we tape it a little bit, and when the touring is done, we sit together and take time to put everything together and to work on new songs. So that won't be a problem for the next albums. There are ideas now already.
Yeah, and you can promise to keep it hard and heavy and not go in a different direction like Accept obviously is about to do.
Of course, because that's what we like and that's what we want to do.
Is there any band or bands in particular that have influenced you to write the kind of music you're writing?
No, I don't think about any other groups or something. Like it's just coming out.
Okay. So what kind of music are you listening to when you're at home between tours and recording albums?
Home. I listen to Rod Stewart, Tina Turner, and of course for heavy metal, Guns N' Roses, Whitesnake, Judas Priest, AC/DC. But I listen to a lot of pop music, Bon Jovi, everything. Everything was good.
In Accept, you had some parts from Tchaikovsky and Beethoven. Do you listen to classical music yourself?
I listen to classic music at home, and I think, but Matthias can tell you, it's it's a little bit of influence on me, machine, classical wise.
Yeah, that's right. Because we all love classical music, and especially Andy and me, we like Paganini, for example, and we work on that as well as guitar players. And you can take harmonies and special chord progressions from classical music to build up really good tension in music. For example, on Lost Passion on the new album, there are some in the solo part. There are some classical harmonies which follow each other in a nice way, we think.
When you're writing new music, how important are the lyrics for the band?
They are important so far that they have to fit to the music. I mean, we are musicians and not preachers, so we don't want to make lyrics which should tell the people you have to do this or you have to do that, and we don't want to do political lyrics. Udo has a lot of experience with those. We had with They Want War, we had our experience in America as well, because people always seem to misunderstand those lyrics, you know. But Udo can tell you something about that, I guess.
Yeah, we got a lot of problems when I was in Accept, especially with Balls to Wall, and we had some heavy lyrics in it, and they misunderstood the lyrics, and they put us in, yeah, let's say they said, there's a political group, and on Animal House it was They Want War, and They Want War, the lyrics was anti-wars. It was an anti-war song, and or in America especially, they always say to us, they are this is a pro-war song. And so then when we start writing Mean Machine, we said, okay, without any political things and without any deep meaning, so just good rock and roll lyrics.
Have you got any idea when you will start recording your next album with U.D.O.?
Not really. Maybe the end of this year or beginning of next year.
So while we're waiting for your next album, we better enjoy your two first albums. Would you like to pick one favorite track each from each of those albums?
From the Mean Machine album, I would choose Break the Rules. From the Animal House album, I would choose In the Darkness, actually.
Yeah, and for me, from Animal House, They Want War, and from Mean Machine, would say We're History.
So the next time you come here, you will come as a headlining band?
Hopefully. We would like to.